WHPR TV is now on demand. Catch us when you want, how you want, where you want. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Watch your favorite TV shows on demand. And be sure to download the WHPR app. We're now on demand at your demand. WHPR TV Detroit On Demand.com, a Watkins Broadcasting Company.
This is the real Campu, keeping all my people unified. Please be sure to download my album, Campu, Birth of a New Nation, and my 2 latest hit singles, My People Rise and Be Good to Us, with voiceover skits, with inspirational poetry, hip-hop, and harmony.
Download your MP3 single copy of My People Rise and Be Good to Us, with voiceover skits, or the album Birth of a New Nation, all available on iTunes, Amazon, and other online stores.
Don't forget, Birth of a New Nation by Campu.
We want to make sure that our students are well-rounded in a variety of career and academic programs. We are moving towards the career technical education field.
So there's a lot of opportunities in career programs in a field where they get certifiable skills.
Students can save time and money while earning a bachelor's degree right here at the University Center.
We're here to walk students every step of the way, from applications to scholarships to course selection.
And then go further beyond that and take master level classes.
It's a brand new Wayne County Community College district.
We're here to stay.
Let's get ready to party. The Ottawa Heritage Music Festival is returning to beautiful Williams Island in Ottawa, Michigan for one day only, August 13, 2016. Our fabulous lineup stars Ray Parker Jr., D-Train, Michael Henderson, and many more. Your host is comedian extraordinaire Mike Bonner. Party all day on the beach with beautiful Lake Idyllwild as your backdrop. Concert tickets are only $55 for the entire day. Luxury motor coach transportation is available, and you can check out our hotel accommodations and weekend trip packages. We also offer easy payment plans, and vendor opportunities are also available. For more information, visit our website at www.visitottawa.com or call us at 248-773-7858. So get your tickets now and reserve your space for the Ottawa Heritage Music Festival, and come party on the beach.
So are here this morning. All praises to God who does everything well for allowing me, J.D. Hill, to come here this morning at our great station here at 160 Victor in Highland Park. And as always, I am eternally grateful to the Almighty God for this privilege, this honor to come before this great station in this worldwide audience once again. I thank God for my good friend and brother, the CEO of this great station, Mr. R.J. Watkins. Good morning to you, Mr. Watkins. You are probably in pursuit of taking our little ones on to their destination, their school, or wherever they are on their way to this morning, their swimming classes, their activity classes, and we just want to thank you so very much, Mr. Watkins. Thank you for all that you are doing. And, of course, to the gentle giant, Mr. Henry Tyler, good morning to you, Mr. Tyler. We are so appreciative to you for just keeping the power and all of the engineering, all that we need here at this station. You're just the anchor here, and we thank you so much for that. Of course, our good friend and our secretary, Miss Cunningham, the one and only Miss Michelle Cunningham. She's at her regular post this morning, a lady of integrity, a lady of enthusiasm to help to build us up and energize us as we come and take our rightful place here to at this anchor desk all over the world. Thank you, Miss Cunningham, and of course to my good friend and Miss Willis, Dr. Willis, and Mr. Willis. Thank you so very much. And Mr. Watkins' sister, Shirley. Shirley, how are you this morning? We just want to thank everybody and all across the world, and to my good friend and brother who's on the recuperative trail, who's doing it, who's coming just full speed ahead. That's none other than the hair doctor. Good morning to you, hair doctor, this morning. I know that you're sitting back and you're calling the orders and you're calling the shots. I was with him on yesterday, and I told him as he just, when I'm up at the store, taking over the store with Miss E up there, he act as if he is, I told him yesterday, the way that he was working me, he must be the hair doctor Trump. You know, he's at his plaza over there, and he's just calling the shots. I said, man, why are you working me so hard? And so we went there. We was able to get everything all together, so I'm sure that he's tuning in this morning. So if you're there, hair doctor, if you haven't called in, we appreciate if you would like to call in and give us an update. We are so thankful to God that you're on that recuperative trail. You're doing excellent. You're looking good. And the weight that you used to have, we won't tell everybody, but I guess it's okay to tell if you was up to about 215 or a little higher than that. And now, you're looking good, as if you have been out there running around Belle Isle, up and down, and all the way down to Toledo, Ohio. You're down to about 175 now, and you're looking good. You're looking like a young man. Your voice and everything is just intact. We just want to thank you so much, hair doctor, and thank the Almighty God for just breathing on you and just touching you and to bring you back. And you're on your way back. And please don't work me so hard, and don't work Dr. E so hard up at the store up there. And Dr. E, if you're in, we appreciate a call from you to give us an update as to what is happening there at the store. And of course, we know that your mother, she's ill, and we are praying for her, and we are leaving everything in God's hand. And so we are thanking everybody this morning. And just, I want to thank, of course, Paul this morning, who came in. He's been with me up at the Inkster store doing assignments for me, and the people that's around me and helping me, and when I can call them anytime, and they come on and help me. And Paul is just like that. He come up to the store, he work around the store, everything that I have and I need to do. If I got to get him to make various runs and do things for the hair doctor, and go get equipment for the hair doctor, and from where he live, and take it over to the hair doctor at his house, and get everything together. And he's just a workaholic, and I like that. I love workaholics. And of course, Brother Harvey. Brother Harvey's one in a million. He's just on his job 24 hours of the day. Has his, you can call him about the Easy Sip product lines. He's ready for delivery, and if he can't get there today, he will be there tomorrow. Just an outstanding young man. Sometime he will leave here where he lived here on the west side, and Due to his, car, sometime you got car trouble, he doesn't allow that to block him. He will take a bus to wherever he need to go on Michigan Avenue. He'll walk all the way down to 4025 Inkster Road there at Joppary Beauty and Barber Supply Store, get his products out the door, catch the bus, walk back, and go deliver those products. Now, that's a man that's on his way and not in his way. And we want to thank God for all of the great people. And if you want to really move in life, you got to move yourself on out of the way. And I just wanted to give those accolades this morning and here on the J.D. Hill Show. I asked Paul on yesterday, I said, Paul, my friend, what I want you to do, I want you to go into the station. And I want you to go there before. And he said, what? I said, yes. I said, I just believe you can handle it. I just believe you can handle it. And so this was a surprise Friday. Nobody knew what was about to happen. I had told them, people call me, JD, you going to be there tomorrow morning? No, I will not be there. I'll probably have Agnes. I'll probably have someone else to sit in for me. I just didn't let them know. And when they turned on the TV this morning, and here Paul was here in front of the world, and we just want to thank Paul for that, because when you hang around me and you work with me, believe me, I'm going to throw you into the wilderness, and it's left up to you to come out of it. And so he came out of it this morning. Let me tell you one thing about coming before an audience such as this. And I can remember my first encounter with the radio station. It was something that was just in me. Years ago, I just wanted to get on the radio station, wanted to be on the radio station. This was a part of my dream in life. And so with me making contact with the hair doctor was already on the radio, and I was listening to him on another AM station. And as we became, friends, I said, I want to do that. And so I went down with the hair doctor, and here I am. I have prepared me a list, a whole book of the things that I wanted to say. And my first time on the radio, it was about 15 minutes. And it looked like to me that was about 3 or 4 days. To me, that was the closest thing to death. I mean, I just almost just blanked out. I said, hair doctor, how do you do it? How do you do it? So, and so I went back and over. Then I went to 30 minutes. And then I went to an hour. Then I went to 2 hours and then on beyond. And then from there, transitioned over here to TV. It was a total different ball game. But I am today as a result of what happened in days gone by. And Paul was a little down this morning, a little discouraged. I told him that I can recall, and it really helped me. Let me tell you something about TV and radio. Don't let your ego get out of control. Don't let it get out of control. When I come before the audience, I pray. I pray. Lord, don't let me come here styling and profiling and trying to project myself as if I'm Mr. Utopia. I don't. No. Just keep me humble, because I'm trying to reach this audience all across the world, and somebody is in need. And this is something else I want to tell you about. I was telling Paul this morning. He was a little down. I said, Paul, I can remember my first encounter, even at the church. I said I was a Sunday school superintendent. I was a teacher in Sunday school, BTU, all of this I had going for me. And then I was called on to MC, to give the welcome at a program. So here I am. I went downtown at Cousins, Hot Sam's one, got me this nice suit. I know I was sharp. And I wanted to stand before the audience, and I wanted to project my suit. I was sharp. I got up there getting ready to give the welcome, and the button fell off my suit. And then I'm looking, trying to get my button, and one of my cufflinks, I had nice blue cufflinks that complements the suit. One of the cufflinks fell off. I couldn't think of anything to say, but we hope you appreciate what we are going to present to you tonight. And I was wiped out. I went home. I said, I'm not going back to church. I'm tired of it. Nobody embraced me. You know, at least they could have come and said so. So I called my pastor on the phone. He said, son, look, son. He said, you did wonderful. You did good. You did good. Say, I didn't see anything wrong with it. So that took me out of that state and brought me up a little bit. And so from that time on, it was a learning experience. I'm telling you, my friends, coming before an audience and talking to the people, it's not easy, but as you pray and you get involved in it and you're not trying to project yourself, you're just letting God use you, things will work out much better for you. So as a result, this morning, I want to thank Paul, and Paul will be coming back. We're going to try to, and Brother Harvey, and we're going to try to work so this will be Surprise Friday. Surprise Friday. You never know who will jump up on a Friday. It may be me, it may be Brother Harvey, it may be Paul, it may be other, it may be associates of Paul. We want to have a segment, Surprise Friday, so everybody can tune in. They won't know what is going to happen. So that's why I was trying to pull that in this morning. And when people clicked on that TV and saw Paul here this morning, I was at home and I was watching, and I was just falling out laughing. And you know, Paul is a person that's normally never the absence of words. And but he got here this morning and he picked up his soap and he went through and he said, this is my first time. I'm falling out laughing. I mean, I'm laughing. And so, and then he went on break and brought Brother Harvey in, and they was just working together as that team. And I thought that was just wonderful. So thank you, Brother Paul. And don't ever feel down, man. And it's people like me and Mr. R.J. Watkins, Mr. Tyler, Miss Cunningham. We know about it. So we can say to you, my friend, just hang on in there. He told me we talked yesterday. He said, what should I wear? Should I wear my suit, my tie? I got a shirt, you know, Hawaiian shirt. I said, Paul, go for yourself. You don't need to talk to me. Just go for yourself. And I thought it was wonderful this morning. So, of course, we thought we would put that in this morning. And, of course, my phone person this morning is our young Carr, Mr. Watkins' young son. He's here and he's getting groomed and all together, and we just want to thank him this morning. Another young man of the Watkins family, and that Mr. Watkins is grooming him. His sons are grooming him. And this is what we are talking about, trying to have that generational business ethics and continue to move on. Because one day you will look around and J.D. Hill will no longer be around. You'll look around, Mr. R.J. Watkins and all of us will no longer be around. But when we got this young generation that know the way and will come on, then the business here at WHPR TV 33 will live on. That's why I say to you, the Watkins sons, man, you just don't realize. You just don't realize. This just you know, you got all of this energy. You just don't realize what you have in your presence. So just be humble. Just be humble. Listen to Daddy. And I know sometimes those of us who are older than you, sometimes we'll go off on you. But when we go off on you, it is not that we are trying to attack you. We are trying to correct you because tomorrow is coming. Tomorrow is coming, and there's a possibility that we won't be around to correct you, but the information that we have stored in you and put in your mind that has been implanted in your mind, when you get to those roadblocks in your life and you don't know which way to go, you don't know whether to go up, down, all around, and you can't go through. Sometimes when you get in your secret closet, just like you watch that movie, The War Room, go into your war room, and when you get there, although daddy, mother, they may be gone on, but that information will speak to you, and you'll say, wow, that's what daddy would have done. That's what mother would have done. And so we all are connected. We all are connected. So let us bridge together, work together, strive together for the upward mobility of a great people who look like you and I. And I'm just so thankful to be here this morning with you. And my son, if we get in the phone call, just give me, and I'll go to the phone and we'll go there. But I want everybody to know also that I've been up at the Inkster store, and to all of our Inkster patrons up there, those who are coming in, and the absence of my good friend, the hair doctor. Time they walk in the door, as I told you, they start talking even on the outside of the door, making their way on into the entrance. They think they're talking to the hair doctor. They are just talking, Mr. Day, how you doing? You know, and blah, blah, blah. And they come up to the counter, and they said, where's Mr. Day? I said, well, you know, I'm his brother. Oh, you his brother? I said, you know, so I got to keep that momentum going that he has built up. Okay, and then they just began to warm up and began to talk and going through the store, buying up the products. And then when I tell them about the hair doctor is on the recuperative trail, and he will be back in the future. Well, really, they want to know all of the ins and outs. And that's the just like the legacy that the hair doctor has built over, I think Dr. E said that business has been in operation for about 36 years, generations after generations after generation. And you see the young siblings coming in. You see young people, young men, I mean, barbers, beauticians, and all coming in. And the first thing they want to know, good morning, Mr. Day, how are you? Good. And they realize that he isn't there, but it's me. And so we are getting ready. I think. Do we have a phone call over there, my friend, Carr? And so if we have a phone call, we'll go over to our phone call real quick. That may be the hair doctor, Miss E. So we are going over to the phone. Am I right, young man? Talk to me, son. Or do we have a call online? Yes. Okay. Good morning. You're in touch with J.D. Hill. How are you this morning? Caller, are you there with me?
Yes, I am.
All right. Talk to me this morning, man. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, Jay. I'm in the hospital right now, but there's an urgent thing I wanted to...
Wait a minute. Hold on. You're in the hospital?
Yeah, I had a little blockage in my leg, so they had to try to get it out.
Oh, really?
I've been paying it quite a bit, but there's something. I went to a meeting the other day for the elected school board, and at that meeting I got a document that the deputy superintendent gave a report that that there was going to be $22 billion unpaid, unfunded pension fund. It said we got the teachers, the schools. That means when they close the school, they already done it. They didn't close down the Detroit Public School, and the new school district got no debt, not responsible to the pension fund. That means no pension for the teachers and employees at the school system. No schools. The school does not exist. When the school don't exist, wholesale, you're going to have young parents with children forced out of their city and being run out of the city trying to get the kids education. That means Detroit is through. The people in Detroit, whatever they try to do, is through. Only one thing. We must organize, and we must stop every development, because every development downtown in Detroit is bad for us. We must stop it cold turkey. That means thousands and thousands of us must come together, and the teachers got invested, and the principals, like my niece, told me she's going to retire, but there won't be no pension for her. She's at Cass. She thinks she's going to be a pension. Won't be no pension for her. Won't be no school system for us. And the school is the anchor to the community. Won't be no more black community in Detroit. So I want to warn everybody, I'm going to bring out the report to show. We didn't owe no debt. We've been wholesale hijacked by the state and the governor. They have hijacked the whole city of Detroit, Jay. And I'm telling everybody now, this summer we shouldn't eat no watermelon picnic. We better get together. We through selling in Detroit, Michigan. Won't be no black population in there in the next 2 years if we are just 15%. We'll be good. And I'm going to run it and come on the air. I have people tell me to come on. I think it's time for me to come on. I didn't want to waste it.
Okay.
And I want everybody to know.
Hold on a minute, Paul. Hold on a minute, Tyrone. My friend, and I understand exactly what you're saying. It's been coming, but if you can recall, even back in days gone by, I would say, man, hold on to your income, start investing in yourself, investing in your community, investing in the education. When I talk about EEOC, I'm talking about education, employment, ownership, and control. When you start doing that, I like to see the city continue to improve, but in what people talk about going downtown and they eliminating blacks and all. But see, my friend, when you invest and submit yourself over to investing in your own demise, from the it's been a long time, unless I go downtown to pay my taxes, and I found a way that I can go on my computer, my internet, I can pay my taxes. And when things are going on downtown, and brother, I just stay away. I'm not mad at nobody. I just know what is going to help to propel the upward mobility of a person like me, my family, the community, if they will listen, the church, if they will listen, and the schools, if they will listen. But I think, Tyrone, to a degree, we have with this so-called education, and I love education. I think that we should aspire to the top level of education, but we have just about educated ourselves out of success. I remember in days gone by when you were talking years ago about what was going on in the city of Detroit, and the teachers would not even get totally involved with you, man. It seemed as though they had embraced an elitist status, man. And then now you see after they have basically dismantled a certain segment, a talkative person like you, now they are coming after those who consider themselves the educated ones, who moved away from us, didn't want to be associated with us, and now they are out in various areas, and their pride won't allow them to come back, because they don't want to come back amongst the people that they ran away from, Tyrone. So as Malcolm said, the chickens are coming home to roost, man.
You know, you're right when you talk about educating ourselves, because the educators, they call them politically intelligentsia. Mm-hmm. That means your teachers, your principals, your lawyers, your judges. They were so educated, and those political scientists who went to got political office like mayor, city council, they have so educated, they have walked themselves and us into the gates of hell. But we can come out of it. We cannot listen to them. We cannot even elect them anymore. You are right. Usually the liberation struggle is usually led by oppressed people, by business. The business person in China supported the movement and of Mao Zedong and them, and they fought for the national liberation first. But in this country, the black intelligentsia, who always gravitate to those who exploit and oppress the masses of people, and they thought they was in. Now they are not in, and Oprah is not running around talking about you got a car, you got a car, you got a car. Other degenerate is doing that. No blacks in the Oscars. And I came from Virginia. When I was over in Arlington, all your professional blacks, they now understand the old Negro logic. We are the last hired and the first fired. Yeah, and they're in great competition to have a job. And those are the people who marched us into hell.
Well, and Tyrone, you got to understand also, my friend, and I know you understand it, but why would I, if my family has been able to just continue to improve my status here in life to the upward mobility. I'm in politics. I'm at the top, man. So why would I work with an educational system to improve the condition of Tyrone when I have benefited off of Tyrone all of my life, man? And when you look at the king, and the king has his her merchants in a city where you and I live. live. And so if the king is at one status, he's the one that she is the one that put into the operation the school system. So why would I teach Tyrone and his siblings how to empower themselves? So when we go to those schools, they are teaching us how to be servants of the economic system and continue to empower the system that has them at the top of the utopia. So my friends, when you see and look at that status, the king, and then you got the merchants. Who are the merchants that's has the food that we are eating, that we are consumers? And when you're that consumer, brother, you're nothing but a modern day slave. And so this is what I'm talking about. We got people standing in the pulpit who consider themselves the top of the elite, the educators. But when you go to church and you listen to the message, brother, I'm listening for some substance. What is the substance that's going to help me today, tomorrow, to empower myself? But I can just tell as they get into their rhythm and they talking and the people get all lifted up. I love all of that. That's a part of our culture.
I know this is not you, Jay, but when you mentioned those ministers, you're talking about social pimps who have destroyed our community. They are the major ones who have destroyed our community and moved away from us. I'm going to get off and let somebody else talk and see what they say about no pension, no school system, no black community.
All right, my friend. And
now.
Where are you hospitalized at, my friend? Do you want to disclose that? Are you still there? Okay, all right. If you're not there, are we off there? Because we want to know where you're hospitalized at, and we'll do our best to try to get over to see where you are. But this, my friends, I see this thing. It is so clear. It is so clear what has happened to us. And it has happened to us as the people that we consider to be, and I use this thing I just call them, I don't know, what you call them, representatives or whatever. I don't call them no leaders no more. I was programmed to think, and look at them as leaders, our leaders. I mean, how many leaders do you need in the black community? How many do you need? I get sick of this stuff. Everybody want to be a leader, and they out here styling and profiling and selling the people into the camps. It's just like a Judas goat. The Judas goat lead the sheep to the slaughter. The sheeps don't realize because they are following the goat. When the goat goes in, the goats take a left turn, and the sheep go straight to the slaughter. And my friends, if you are not in your right mind, that's why I tell you, my friends, talk to God for yourself. Talk to God for yourself, and you just may agree with me. And I'm so glad that I got my mind back. But all of the things that I lost along the way, I miss my mind the most. And when you don't have that mind, to engage that mind, to work for the betterment, the upward mobility of yourself, and work in a manner to educate yourself. I believe that, I love this education that we are receiving, because that helped to keep us anchored while we are here. But people like you and I, we must be able to break through, to get that breakthrough, because there's something to unravel those symbols that's designed especially for you and I. God has equipped us so there's enough for all of us. God has equipped all of us with a unique talent. And if we move and embrace that talent, we got enough to sustain ourselves across the duration of our lives. And so, man, I just look at this thing. Everybody want to be a leader. Everybody want to be a preacher. And on every corner, my friends. Sometimes I leave church and it irks me. I'll leave church. There may be one nice church here, and just the spinoffs. You got 4 or 5 churches in the same block, sometimes facing one another. You got a few cars over here, a few cars over there, and you telling me that these people really have a philosophy, a message for the upward mobility of me? I go across the street, I listen to one preach. I go across the street and listen to, and they are competing against one another, just competing, and we're not going anywhere. Not going anywhere. That's one thing I noticed, that the kings and the system that has enslaved us, they don't hardly go after the church. They don't have to go after them. They will make sure they got 501c3. They'll make sure that they give them food to distribute. They got all of this going on. That is to keep them quiet. So if I can keep this segment quiet, and those who consider themselves as the elitists of that group, when it's time for election, I call all of these super Negroes together, and this is what Donald Trump is going to do if you're not extremely careful, my friend. Donald Trump is going to pay off these Negro preachers. Now, I think I've been, well, across the span of time. That's why, on one radio station they didn't like me, because I just told the truth about it. But a person like Donald Trump, with all of the money that he allegedly have and the contacts that he has, and these preachers, that's the first thing he's going to go after. He'll go after them. He will pay a segment of them off. They will get with the other crowd. Well, Doc, Mr. Trump is looking at what has happened to the black community, and he's saying that he's going to work with the black community, and he's saying that that we haven't been given our just dues, and I think we should listen to Mr. Trump. And I think you're right, Doc. You're right, Doc. And before you know it, they've been paid off. And they'll come before the world, they'll come before Detroit, and before you know it, you're sold off again. And here's some of these parishioners in church who don't think for themselves because the pastors, the preachers have already got their minds just where they want them. And so here, and I love you mothers, and here's the poor mothers. Well, our pastor said we should vote for Mr. Trump. And here comes some of the deacons that we've been with all of. Well, brother pastor said it. And if the pastor said it, God talks to the pastor. And we better follow what the pastor say because the pastor is in touch with God. Man, get away from me with that stuff. Let me think for myself. When it comes to Mr. Trump, when it comes to Miss Clinton, when it comes to Mr. Sanders and all of those guys, I know what the deal is. I know what the deal is. And if J.D. Hill don't see through that and work for the upward mobility of myself and others around me, it won't happen. It just won't happen, my friend. Let me go to the phone lines again. I didn't even intend to come in here talking like this morning, but Brother Harvey and Paul and all and y'all, and y'all done called and all that stuff. So I tell you, man, well, I guess this Surprise Friday. Let me go to the phone line. Caller, talk to me quickly. How are you?
Good morning, Mr. Hill.
Good morning. Talk to me quickly, baby.
Yes, I got so much static on my line. I'm suspicious that they've transferred me from where I was onto another telephone.
Talk to me, baby. Talk to me.
Cable, but I started out calling about our churches. It's sad to see what's happening in these churches. Actually, they have just sold the people out. They are in the pulpit speaking on inspirational things. By that I mean taking one or two verses and then they elaborate for 30 minutes. But they are not teaching the truth, which are the principles that Jesus Christ demonstrated when he came on the planet Earth to show us how to transform ourselves from our flesh, from our natural mind or intellectual mind, back to our spiritual mind, the Christ mind. So they have been brainwashed with, as in Jesus' day, with the traditions of men going through the schools that man has trained them and given them certification that you are a minister of God, when by and large the majority of them do not even have a relationship with God. They're only teaching what they have been taught.
Okay.
Now, the Bible says those that worship God must worship him in spirit and in truth. If a person, this is my understanding, if a person is not born of the Spirit, not born again, according to my thinking, they can't even worship God.
Well, that's
you must be born again.
All right, baby. Call me tomorrow morning. I'll be on from 10 to 12. And
one other thing, on this election, Mr. Hill, let's not be tricked again. It just occurred to me. I was supporting Bernie Sanders, but it appears as though we are being put in a setup where that Bernie and Hillary Clinton are going to split the votes, and then Trump will be announced as the winner.
All right, my friend. Call me
All
tomorrow
right.
morning.
Let's not be tricked. Let's not be tricked.
All right, we'll talk about it tomorrow morning. Thank you, my friend.
Have a blessed day.
All right, and you know, I'm voting for Mr. Harvey. I don't know whether he thrown his hat in the ring or not, but I'm voting for him. So all of this other stuff, I listen. Sometimes I listen to it. I just listen to it for comic relief, just to laugh about it, because I know that if I don't work for the upward mobility of J.D. Hill, my family, the community all around me, and try my best to instill the entrepreneurship and how we should go about that for the upward mobility of us, just like I have the products here in front of me that the hair doctor and I and others and Brother Harvey is working hard just to bring it to you. We don't bring these products to you. I'm talking about these products you see in front of us. And thank God that we were able to not just stand on the sideline, not to just listen to those who want to dictate to our minds and tell us about the hereafter. If the hereafter is there, I heard the master teacher say, I'll go away and I'll prepare a place for you. And let me just paraphrase. And when the time is, I'll come and get you, and you'll be where I am. But in the meantime, I want you to be fruitful and multiply. That's why we have the products here. That's why we didn't sit on our dreams and our goals in life. These products right here came out of the minds of those who came before us, and this information was transferred on down to us. And as a result of that, we were able to go into the archives of our mind to formulate these great products. And I thank God for that. When I'm up there at the Inkster store, it's just like a relief to go up to see the people that's coming in. And we have a section over there with the Easy Sip products, somewhat in with the other products, and they are going directly over there buying these products. I don't have to hardly even say anything. They are going into our Inkster store buying the products. And what I like about that, it just adds volume to what I've been telling you all the time. I thank God for the people that I know not of that will support me in spite of, because the people that I've supported across the span of time, been there for them. I'll get in just a minute, son. Been there across the span of time. I don't even see those people. I don't see those people. People that I've made it available here on my show here with the blessings of Mr. R.J. Watkins and this great station. I don't see them buying my products. They'll come here, they'll sit here, they'll talk about, well, JD, we just want to thank JD Hill for letting us come on in here and blah, 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 blah. And I'm listening to you, colored folks. I'm listening to you when you say all of that stuff. But over the time, you ain't done nothing. You ain't helped me along the way. And I'm not looking for you to help me, because God told me in the inception of it, he said, son, I got people that you know not of. I got people just around the corner, just around the bend that will support you no matter what. So, and when he gave me that, then he gave me that information. And I came away from it. And, and I said, thank God for the people that I know not of that will support me in spite of. And it was just a confirmation when I go up to the Inkster store. These are people that I know not of. These are people that I know not of. These are people like Brother Harvey and others who have just put the word out there. Not only did they put the word out there, they took the product. And they don't come in trying to say, will you please, will you please? No, they just put it out there. And they just talk about the products. And people are coming. I mean, it's just amazing. And I took, let me just share this with you, my friends. And I don't have the what we call the braid sheen. And I took these up the other day at the Inkster store. I put this leave-in conditioner here for the braids, and so if you don't want to have to wash your hair, you're somewhat incapacitated, you're sick or something, and you can just take this product here, and it will help to moisturize your hair. And it's just like you're shampooing and you're conditioning your hair. And I took the sheen and put alongside of them. When they come over there, they just bind up braids. And so when they come up there, I said, now my friends, look at here what we have. This is a braid cleanser. It keeps your braids refreshed. And we got this sheen here. And the people, and it's just jumped off the shelf. Brother Harvey came up there yesterday looking for additional sheen, the moisturizing sheen. We've sold out. I got to call my manufacturers that manufacture the products for me and tell them expeditiously, get it on in here. Because here is a man that's full of enthusiasm, then got a clientele out there. And as I get it into my store, the people are coming into the store, buying up the products. And here Brother Harvey is, he wants the products too. I'm trying to put some to the side, so I got to go and I got to call my manufacturer and tell them to get it on the line quick. Because we are moving aggressively ahead. What am I saying? Thank God for the people that I know not of that will support me in spite of. And I know that some of you embrace what I'm talking about because you have been out here in this arena. And you know, some of us are just sick. We are sick and not soon to get well. We are just sick and sick by choice. And we'll take this up tomorrow morning. Thank God for Mr. R.J. Watkins. He has gone through the same thing. We got somebody over there, son. Let's go to the phone line. Caller, talk to me. Quickly, my friend, talk to me. Are you there?
I have to call back, Mr. Hill.
Baby, quickly now.
I have to say that those preachers that are preaching not according to the Spirit of truth, the Holy Spirit, they will be held accountable for this, as we all must go before the throne of
All right, baby. You put it out there. All right.
They will be held accountable.
Okay. All right. I'm glad you got the authority on it. Okay. As I was saying, and my friends, and this what we got to try to work with our young people for the upward mobility. We have another call, son. All right, caller, talk to me quickly. How are you? Caller, are you there?
Hello.
Yes.
Good morning.
Yes, I'm great.
Yeah, you mentioned we have to work with our young people, right?
Go ahead, my friend.
Well, I was wondering, is there any comment that you can make on behalf of this school takeover that this so-called governor has proposed? Is there anything that you can speak on about the EPS school board that they're trying to take this proposal to federal court?
Okay.
You haven't said anything this morning on air about this.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing also about that. Okay, go ahead, my friend. Go ahead. See, here's another thing about the J.D. Hill Show. And I don't really get into a lot of that stuff because what I talk about is what's going to put money into our pockets today, tomorrow. What's going to help little Johnny and little Sue and get their minds attuned to that frequency of the higher conscious level of right now. I know with the schools and everything, and I've been talking about that over the years. And my friends, that's why I said with my program, I try my best to keep it right here where we can work on it today. If we spend a whole lot of time talking about what's going to happen tomorrow, what's happening with the school system, you got all of these people involved. You got the big shooters, the little shooters, and they are trying to, it seems as though they are trying to dismantle an educational system that is somewhat responsible for the condition that we are in. So tomorrow morning, my friend, at 8 a.m., I tell everybody, I try to keep my program on the local level. I could go with the national and the international, but that's when Reverend Holly will be in here tomorrow morning. You pose that question because Dr. Holly, he's in tune with all of this stuff. I'm trying my very best. If I can get people with the in the areas where we live, look at these various stores. I look at them, many of the stores that I sold years ago, and the people that I sold to didn't continue the businesses on. And I look now when I go by those stores, Brother Harvey, people who don't look like us are coming in, buying up those stores. They are opening up businesses. I want us to look at where we are this very day. I'll let Reverend Holly talk about what is going to happen tomorrow, and others on this station talking about what's going to happen tomorrow and in the future. I want it right now. Because if we can't, there's three basic things that we should be focusing in on, my friend. That's food, clothing, and shelter. And we are not in charge of any of those. Am I right? Brother Harvey, we don't grow our own food. We don't have the transportation to distribute our food to our warehouses. The clothes that we wear, if we check them out, we don't even have the textile mills in order to prepare the clothing, the sewing, the necessary, and the shelter, the houses that we live in now. When you see if our houses need repairing, or who are the people that's coming in doing the roofing repairing? You got to look at this thing. Who are those people coming in? doing the roofing repairing, doing the concrete, the driveways. Where's our generation? Where's these technical skills? My brother, when I came out of school, this is what I'm talking about, that black school. When the young men like me in days gone by walked across that stage and came out of there, Brother Harvey, we were ready to take on the world, man. We knew how to that foundation. We knew how to lay those blocks. We knew how to build these buildings. We knew that, man. And so when you talk about the school, and we don't have the right curriculum in there for the empowerment of people who look like you and I, why should I spend my time talking about what they are doing out there? They're going to continue to do it because they see a people now that's basically like modern day slaves. I told you about the three fundamental. If you're not in control of the food, the clothing, and the housing, brother, I'm telling you. You talk to Reverend Holly about all of that good stuff tomorrow morning. So this is, of course, J.D. Hill. We're coming up on the top of the hour. So, Hair Doctor, once again, man, I just want to thank you for your outstanding leadership up in the Inkster area, what you have been able to do up in the Inkster area. I just want to thank you, man. You and I was about to sell those properties up through there, but when I was up there in your absence as I work, I see now, Hair Doctor, that there's a great potentials up there, and so with the land, the property that I have, and I just see expansion. I see a people that just coming in and supporting those businesses. Thank God for you. This product here. See, I got to talk about what's going to put money in our pocket today. And the schools are not teaching us that. And it's a sad commentary. The preachers, the churches are not teaching us that. They got us programmed for the hereafter, my friends. And like I told them in days gone by, after you finish, I tried my best when I was teaching Sunday school. I say, if you're going to teach Sunday school for an hour, then take 15 minutes and talk about entrepreneurship. Take 15 minutes down in your lower auditorium. Set up like a beauty supply store to a degree to help our young people. I'll come in, I'll set it up, I'll show you where to get the products, I'll show you how to operate this thing. And you know what they told me? Well, Brother Hill, you know that's a good idea you have, but God ain't called us to do that. God wants us to save souls. Save souls? And I mean, your soul is basically here. Man, let me finish this tomorrow. It's time for my good friend, Dr. Brenda Perriman. She's coming on next. But tune in tomorrow morning from 10 to 12. If I'm not here, if I got to go to Inkster, then Brother Harvey will be on in here. I want to thank everybody this morning. I'm getting ready to transition out of here. Dr. Brenda Perriman is coming on. But these products right here, thank God that we stayed with them. Thank God that people are working to empower the people. Thank God that when people come into the beauty supply store up there, they are telling us that they are coming back. So they've been going to these other beauty supply stores. They say, we are not getting respect. I said, why should they respect you? Because they have just about, and we have allowed them to take over the business industry, so they feel that we don't have no other place to go. So when you go into those stores, they don't have to treat you like you're a human being, because they know that tomorrow you're going to come back. Grandmama is going to come back. Your siblings are going to come back. I'm finished this morning. I'm out of here. This is J.D. Hill. I'm out of here. I ain't mad. I'm just trying to get the message across.